Hi there, I'm here to show the double magic ring. So this is to help if you like to use a magic circle, magic ring, but you don't want it to pull out or pull apart over time, which can happen with granny squares. That's usually where people use this, but I do like to use it with hats or anything that's going to get wearing where it's going to get pulled. Okay, so I'm going to do a regular magic ring first. So a regular magic ring, this is how I do it. I cross over the yarn, I flip over, turn my hook upside down, grab that and twist. Then grab this working yarn. That is a regular magic ring, and then I have to turn it so that I'm working over this tail. Okay, for the double magic ring, I'm going to have to actually do more than just show you because it's basically the same thing to start. So we wrap it around, but we wrap it around again. And then we want to grab this one. So we're going to go under both, grab that, bring it under, turn, and then grab the working yarn and pull it through. Now you'll see we have our tail and 2 loops. I'm just going to do US term single crochets here. I'm going to chain one just for the fun of it. It's really not necessary, but I have to have something to work with to show you how the double ring works, because it's not, once you have something on there, I'm going to get several on there. I'm just doing single crochets again. Just single crochets US terms, double crochet UK terms. All right, that's plenty. I literally have no idea how many I have. All right, so normally you would just pull this tail. This is where it's different, and this is where you have to be careful. Or attentive, I guess, is the best way to say it. So I am actually going to pull the tail if I can. Okay, because I need to see which of those rings it's pulling. Can we tell? Yeah, there. It's that one. So it's pulling this one. So then I pull, so because I just pulled that and it pulled the tail in, I'm pulling the wrong way. So I need to grab the other end. And that's why you need to be careful. When you grab that other end, it pulls that other loop down. But we need to pull on the one that's attached to the tail. And then it took away that other loop. Now when I pull this, it closes down all the way, and we continue either in the round or slip stitch and continue. Okay. I don't know if that's the best color yarn. I am going to film it again. I'm going to show you it rips out. It pulls out, or it frogs. So I got to do the working yarn. It frogs just like it normally would. I must have done something funny because I just gave myself a knot. It does not normally do that. That was my fault. All right. Let's see if it's more clear on with this yarn. All right. So first step, really pretty much the same. I'm going to give myself a little longer tail this time. We cross over like we usually do, but we are going to go around again and then flip it over, turn our hook upside down, go under those 2, grab that yarn, pull up real slowly, twist it, then grab this working yarn. I hold it really funny when I'm doing this, but it's what works for me. So again, we have the doubles, we have the tail and we have 2 loops. We have to make sure we're crocheting over all of that. Okay, let me pull that down, chain 1, single crochet. I'm just going to do a handful of single crochets. And again, I'm doing that because with the double magic ring, there's more to it than just that I doubled it up. It's not as simple as pulling the tail. This is a little bit thicker yarn, I think, or maybe, oh, it's stiffer yarn because it's cotton, that's why. Sorry, I keep pulling up my, jeez, sorry. All right, and this tutorial is, I was already going to show it, but Linda Saksaida, I will link her channel, had not heard of it or seen it before. And I struggled with it a lot when I first learned it, but when I learned this trick, this part, I'm going to pull the tail. I'm going to see which yarn it's pulling. It's pulling this yarn. So then I pull, and as long as it's not pulling the tail, it's pulling the other loop. But I had to see which yarn the tail was pulling. So now I'm going to pull that, and it's closed up. And that, when you do a double ring like that, it is not going anywhere. You are not going, it is not going to pull apart. Let's see if this one frog, now I'm feeling the yarn is, I've worked this yarn a lot, so my yarn might not be happy with me. But you can see frogs out. This should not give me a knot like the last one. I did something weird last time, I think. Oops. Like I said, I've worked this yarn too much, and cotton is splitty. All right. And yeah, that just is because I kind of pulled too hard and split off. I'm going to actually cut that off right now so that it's not a problem. So that is the double magic ring. I feel like there was another magic ring thing I was going to show. I can't remember what it was now. Was it just the double magic ring? I guess it was. So that's the double magic ring. Like I said, if you use it, we're going to do it one more time. And it's not so much, this all is pretty much the same as a normal magic ring. However you go about making a magic ring. Well, just for fun, we'll do some double crochets or trebles if you're in the UK. Or you use UK terms. I guess Australians use the UK terms sometimes too, or maybe in preference. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more just to show it doesn't matter what it is that but we're over both loops and the tail. And make sure you're crocheting over those. Okay. So that's my double crochets. Again, this is the trick that is what helped me finally understand what to do with the double magic ring. I pull the tail. I see it's pulling that yarn. Then I pull that yarn. Now, if I pull it this way and I see that tail coming in, I got to pull it the other way. Then it will pull that other ring down. And then, man, I made it too tight. Okay, we're okay. And I pull the tail and it closes up and it's gone. And again, that's not going to pull out because of the double ring. I believe it was Jada and Stitches that I finally understood what I needed to do, but it was lots of trial and error for me, figuring out, pull the tail a little bit to figure out which of the loops I needed to pull and which direction. More than once, I pulled the loop and pulled the tail right into the work, so I had to start over anyway. So hopefully that was helpful. I really feel like there was another magic ring thing I was going to do, but I cannot remember what it was right now. So that's going to be the tutorial for today. Double magic ring. It starts pretty much the same as the magic ring. You just go around that extra time, and so you're under 2 loops, and you work over the tail and the 2 loops. But that last step of pulling it down to close up is what is a little bit different with that. So hopefully that helps. for any of you that would like to use that. Like I said, hats, granny squares, anything, anywhere where that center, if you use a magic ring, might pull out. I think that's a good way to do it, the double magic ring. All right. See you later.